Thank you, Andrew, and hello to everyone. So my name is Tessa Danelesko, and I'm with the Marine Mammal Research Program at the Vancouver Aquarium's Coastal Ocean Research Institute. But today I'm going to be talking about the program that I coordinate. It's called the BC Cetacean Sightings Network. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, focusing on our new app and some of the future projects that we're going to be undertaking as well. So WhaleReport has been a huge success story for us this year. Has anyone here downloaded WhaleReport? Reported with WhaleReport? Oh, that means a lot. That's awesome. It's been incredibly successful in its first 5 months. So this is our smartphone app, available for Android and Apple smartphones. To date, in its first 5 months, we've had over 1,800 downloads, over 1,700 new sightings, and this has resulted in an almost threefold increase in the number of sightings received over the same time period of last year. So the Sightings Network really is exploding in a good way, and I'd love to see this continue. What does this mean, though? One of the really important implications is that we're seeing a lot more sightings come in real time. So novel species or common species in interesting locations, we're getting those sightings right away, which means that if we need to head out on the water and investigate further, we're more able to do that. Also, we're able to receive reports of distressed animals a lot sooner, and so this is really positive, and I know Paul Cottrell is pretty stoked on that as well. I'd love to provide an update on the North Coast Cetacean Research Initiative as well. Many of you know the lovely Caitlin Birdsall. She's been up in Prince Rupert, coordinating this research effort out of our satellite office there. So her presence up north has resulted in a number of sightings in that area, and basically that represents an increase of about 75% pre-app in the north over that time period. So she's done a lot of important work up there, and here are some of the key findings that the information that she's been able to gather that's come around. So the information that she's gathered has revealed Pacific white-sided dolphins are rare in the inside waters of Chatham Sound. Humpback whales are the most abundant cetacean on the north coast. And as well as a summer aggregation for this migratory species, we're also seeing a winter aggregation in southern Chatham Sound. Northern resident killer whales have been recorded on a remote rubbing beach off Porcher Island, and harbor porpoises are very abundant in Prince Rupert Harbor and approaches. Large aggregations have been observed, and mating has even been recorded occurring in these large aggregations. So Caitlin's going to be looking into those harbor porpoise aggregations further, using some acoustic detection devices coming up in the next year. One of the other projects that we've undertaken is to use a GIS model that estimates or quantifies observer effort for our opportunistically collected sightings. What we've been able to do with that GIS model is create a sightings density per unit effort index for species that we collect sightings on. So taking that one step further, we're able to map that sightings density per unit effort index for harbor porpoises, which you can see here. And we've overlain a layer of fishing vessel traffic. So what this identifies is area of high risk for entanglement for harbor porpoises. And you can see these two seasonal maps up here. I really like this story because it kind of tells the full circle of what our program can do. So we collect this data from coastal citizens and mariners. We can then analyze it and map it. What we're now focusing on doing is actually conducting outreach specifically for mariners who operate in these areas of high risk. And hopefully what that will lead to is direct action in mitigating this threat. We're also starting a project called the Mariner's Guide to the Whales of Canada's West Coast. This is in collaboration with Port of Metro Vancouver and the Port Authority of Prince Rupert. And it's a guidance document. It's going to contain a lot of information on cetaceans off our coast, but a lot of maps as well, focusing on the threats that are posed to cetaceans by large vessel traffic. The second phase of this project is actually going to introduce an alert system for mariners, so marine pilots and ship captains, and they're going to be able to receive alerts of cetacean sightings that are occurring nearby to them. And this is with the aim of hopefully being able to minimize encounters that are occurring between large vessels and cetaceans. So those are some of the exciting new directions that we're going to be taking in the next year or so. This is my contact information. Please continue to report your sightings. If you haven't reported before, please do. I'd love to let you know how that can happen. It's really easy, I promise. And thank you to everyone who's been such an amazing support network for the Sightings Network. Would love to continue to see it grow over the next couple of years. And if you haven't downloaded the app, please do. And with that, I'd love to invite any questions. Thanks.